PSG, Juve, Real Madrid and Barcelona. Who do you think could most benefit from Paul Pogba?
Well, let's go at this backwards.
Okay.
Let's start with teams that I don't think should go in this direction. Barcelona have this sort of youth revolution going on right now, so you do not want to go in the direction of bringing a guy who has issues, and so Paul Pogba would not be the answer. I don't think Real Madrid, this is the direction they would go or should go. PSG, I do not think that you need to add to this circus any more than you already have, so that shouldn't be the place either. So you start running out of places, so I would say the best of Paul Pogba, which is what Stevie's talking about, was at Juventus. Maybe that's a place. But we're running out of places at the top tier level for Paul Pogba. And it's not because of lack of talent or lack of skill or ability. It's because I think at this point we're running out of excuses for Paul Pogba. And the perception of Paul Pogba, the last time that we saw him playing for Manchester United in Premier League, was getting himself thrown out while his team was getting destroyed against Liverpool. That perception of Paul Pogba is difficult to get rid of because you start trying to think about what it was, what has been, but what it is right now, we don't quite know.
Jules, if you were to pick one of those clubs that you think Pogba would be the best fit at, Juve, Barcelona, Real Madrid and PSG, which would you choose?
Well, it's an interesting one. I think Juventus, because he obviously played there and had some really good years. But right now, I think even Max Allegri is still looking for what the best formula is in midfield, whether you play two up front, one up front, in a flat four in midfield, for example. And again, as we all know, the best version of Paul Pogba that we've seen at club level, it's very different to international level, but at club level was in the midfield three when he played on our left-hand side in a very good, albeit Juve team a few years ago. But I think Juventus offers him a lot of good things, but I'm not sure if financially they can pay the wage package, the commission, Mino Raiola, and all of that. I think PSG can, and for a Paris-born and bred kid like him, I think going back to his hometown has a lot of appeal to it. I also agree with Ali, though. They have to first sell a lot of the midfielders that they have, make room for him, and even then, is he the right guy to bring in midfield? We know that they're currently talking with Spurs for Ndombele with a loan with maybe an option to buy. So there's a point where they can't just bring as many midfielders as they want. Real Madrid is his dream, for sure. Again, I don't think that's what they need right now. And then Barcelona is a really long shot for the reasons that Ali said. So I would still rank Juventus and PSG maybe at the top, and I think PSG, because of the relationship that they have with Mino Raiola, because he's from there, maybe have a slight advantage if they're really serious about bringing him. I'm still not sure it would be the right thing though.
Stevie, just to go back round to what Rangnick actually said, do you think it's strange for him to say that it's a boost even for himself, even it's for a new contract elsewhere?
Yeah, well, the first thing I'd like to say, if ever a profile was to fit one club, it's Paul Pogba and PSG, absolutely. On the case of Rangnick, if ever somebody showed their inexperience in dealing with the press, it's a statement like that. I mean, come on, he could have said 1,000 things but that. All he's got to say is, look, we still want to keep Paul Pogba, and if we can help Paul Pogba get back to his best and get Man United winning and blah 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 and the whole shebang and get the train running, that's what he should be saying. Not, well, I guess at the end of the day it's good for us, but it's good for him as well if he gets a few games. I mean, what is that? That's just to me, that's lack of experience in the media from Rangnick.
What do you say, Shaka? Naive from Rangnick?
I think he's just throwing his hands up and accepting that Paul Pogba is moving on, and whether inadvertently or otherwise, just saying we're not even going to try to sign him. We've made our efforts. It's failed. So let's just move on. He's a warm body that I can call on between now and the end of the season, and that'll be it.
Well, let's see if Paul Pogba's return to the squad does inspire the team, and of course, Paul Pogba himself.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube, and for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app, and for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.